Alright guys, welcome back to our channel. Today is Sunday, March 7th, and this is the week in review for the week ending March 6th, 2021. To get started, if you like what we're doing, go ahead, hit that like button and subscribe. I have channels for each of the equities as well as the week in review, so it's really easy to follow along with all of the action. And well, let's get to it and take a look at where we are this week and what do we got to look forward to in the week ahead. It's been kind of a crazy couple of weeks and a lot of volatility, a lot of movement. So let's start with CGC. So we look at CGC, we have our position, we have 100 shares, and we sold the April 16th 37.5 call. So that was a little further out than we usually go, but when you're selling calls, if you end up in the money, then that stock's going to get called away. So we really don't want to get called away at a loss. So this was the option that made the most sense for looking at where we are in terms of our break even and also time. So yes, this is a little further out than we normally go, but it's not that far out. It's about 6 weeks out. So that's CGC. So for Canopy, not a lot to do here unless our option gets bought. And once we buy our option back, remember we buy back the options at 80% of the premium once we've collected 80% of the premium. So we probably have a few weeks before anything happens with Canopy. If we look at GOLD, this is Barrick Gold. We have a couple calls at the 20.5 strike. They're currently out of the money for March 19th, so those have a couple of weeks to go. The stock's at 1984, so we have, about 75 cents before they'd be in the money and 2 weeks to go. So who knows what happens with the market in the next coming weeks, but for now, it's out of the money, will expire worthless, or we buy it back at 20% of what we collected and go from there. Again, we got 2 weeks for that. And then the last stock is Nclh, Norwegian Cruise Lines, and it's been kind of a crazy stock. It's gone up and down a lot in the last couple of weeks. We have a couple of puts that we sold at the 28.5 strike. It is just above our strike. It got hit pretty hard on Friday. Norwegian came down about $4, so we're still out of the money, but just barely. So we'll keep an eye on that. The puts we have expire on Friday, so if there's any upward movement in the stock, chances are we'll be buying those back sometime, maybe midweek. Other than that, that's about it. So not a lot to do in the first few days of the week, likely. So just be patient and wait, let things play out. So if we go over to our trade log, you can see here on our trade log, we've collected almost $1,900, $1,859 in premiums, and that has allowed us to really stay in the game, right? So if we didn't have that $1,859, we would be down a lot more. We'd be down, our balance would probably be close to $5,000. So the premium is really doing its job here. Our return so far since the middle of January, so it's really only about 6 weeks, we're down about 6.4, well, we're down 6.46%. And how does that look compared to the market? Well, the market, NASDAQ is down 12%. S&P 500 is down a little more than 5%. So the stocks we have, they're not the slowest moving. There's a lot of volatility in them. So You know, I'm happy to see we're only down about 6.46% on this for now, honestly. So we'll see what happens going forward. Who knows? Now, just a reminder, this is for entertainment and information purposes only. I'm not an investment advisor or professional. Really, you should do your own homework and make your own investment decisions. Don't just go by what people are doing on YouTube. You really need to understand what you're doing and make the choices that make the most sense to you. All right, thanks for joining me and happy trading.